everyone. Hey, amazing beings. Shout out to you to join, to come and be and see and perceive and receive. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Friday, Free and Clear Fridays with moi, Dr. Sarah. So grateful that you're joining me now or in the future. Thank you for being here, for being you. And I wonder, what else is possible today that we have yet to discover? That's a great question to start with. And anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good or bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. We're just going to jump right in because you guys have been here probably enough to know what's going on Free and Clear Fridays. And just in case you don't, we like to clear anything that's not serving us, clear the heaviness of the week with the clearing tool you just heard. If you have a curiosity to what that is, you can look for that on my website. I'll also include it here in the link for this Free and Clear Friday. So welcome again. Hi everyone. I'm again grateful that you're here. Happy Friday. Happy April. We are now moving into this month with, I wonder what possibilities are available. Now, just in case you didn't know, the theme of the week that I've been talking about has been joy. Oh, the joy. And joy, wow, there's so much to it beyond it just being like light and ease. Definitely joy encompasses that. And there's more to it than meets the eye. And have you ever noticed when you're in a space of joy that the people that aren't and the ones that come in a little bit more problem-oriented, the ones that tend to be a little more linear than us, will be kind of turned off by it. And I know I've talked about this in other posts this week, this idea that joy can really be heavy for other people when you're in it if it doesn't fit for them. So everything that is, everywhere your joy goes out the window when someone else's, let's say, point of view interferes with it because they're in a killjoy energy, let's destroy and uncreate all of that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Or a deep breath in and release all the heavy on the exhale. Wow. Did you notice there was quite a charge to that? And how much have you had to turn down your lamp? Turn down your happiness? Turn down your space of being you for other people when it didn't match you? And joy is a huge, I would say, indicator of that. It's a real clear indication if someone's not gonna match you with that. It may really bring up a lot of stuff. So let's go ahead and destroy and create all that now, please. Right and wrong, good or bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So thank you all for joining me, and I'm so grateful that you're here. And yeah, what is joy to you? What are you aware of with that? Do you find it to be a feeling? Is it something that you've been taught what joy is supposed to be? I don't know if you're familiar with that song, I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. I learned that probably as a child. And that song, right before I was coming on this live, was repeating like an algorithm in my head. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Overall, it reads light, but there's some things attached to that sometimes can be heavy. Because we have a misconception a lot of times of what joy is. It's not about always being positive. What if you can actually have joy and be in a state of joy even in the midst of something heavy? So everywhere you were wronged for that, everywhere you've been in joy, even in the midst of something heavy and haven't acknowledged it, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So just a quick disclaimer. When we clear this, and when I use this clearing statement, really what this does, it helps us take the one side or the other, everywhere we've been in a limitation on something, and it clears it. So we can get more clarity, have more ease, have more joy, more possibilities, rather than in our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Those are what limit us. Those things are more of how most people, humans, function in this reality. Not so much of those like the way us humanoids do it. And if you're curious to know about human and humanoids, again, you can check it out on my website. But anyway, again, what joy, where have you had joy be a limitation because you bought it as it needs to be positive? So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, I also spoke about this idea of killjoy, the energy of killjoy. Now, basically, what that is, and there's a way to describe it, and that is where someone is deliberately spoiling basically the enjoyment of whatever you're showing up with in this case, and for others. That's a killjoy, where someone's looking to create a disruption and deliberately spoiling that light space of joy. So everywhere you've been a victim of killjoy, let's destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So you know what the antidote is? More joy. Joy to kill or clear, let's say, the killjoy. More joy actually clears where people have lack of joy. In part is that when you're being the lightness of the energy of joy, it will shed light on darkness. It will clear darkness. It will clear heaviness. It will clear things for you if the other person gets it or not. It will also keep them away because they're not going to get a reaction from you really for what they're looking for. So everywhere you would actually limit you and go into someone else's limitation of their lack of joy for you or whatever that killjoy is, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. What are you noticing now? It's interesting with joy. Joy certainly could be expressed in a feeling. You can have a feeling of joy. However, when we go even greater with joy or into the truth of joy, even beyond a feeling, it's a state of being. It's a space. So it's way beyond a feeling, and it's not limited by feeling. It's a space of being. So anywhere you haven't allowed yourself to be in a space of joy, will you destroy and uncreate all that now, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So let's segue for a moment. What's been heavy for you this week? What has been a limitation? What are you aware of other people's energy on you? Where have you taken it on? Where has it been heavy? Would you like to destroy and uncreate all that now, please? All right, right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. Are you stuck in something? A problem? Is there a problem going on that's bothering you? You're welcome to share it in the comments, but you're also just welcome to tune into it, okay? So I want you to tune in to any limitation that's been showing up for you, any problem, any place that you have not allowed yourself to have a possibility. Everywhere the buildup of the week, the stress with work, the stress with other people in your life, everywhere you're trying to take care of everyone at the expense of you. Wow, that was a mouthful and an energy full of heaviness right there, all of that. Let's now destroy and uncreate all of that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. Yeah. So I'm wondering what else is possible, and I appreciate you all sharing comments in the live here, and I really appreciate your acknowledgement. And I'm noticing someone wrote about something about get my surgery right. I've had 6 revisions. So everything that is, I'm happy to contribute to you on that. Let's take a deep breath in and release all the heavy and right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. So what else is possible that, and what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, possibilities can you and your body be to be the receiver of whatever you require with the surgery and the contribution you require with total ease? Anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. And anything that you all can relate to that, like anywhere you have had things happen over and over again and not getting what it is you desire, or anywhere something that's been a limitation, anywhere that you've taken on. I see there, Chuck is mentioning having too much responsibility. We tend to take on so much and be in the limitation of so much. So what would it take now to clear that energy of every limitation that we're picking up on? So everything that is right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. It's really fascinating. I've noticed this week when I've been working individually with clients that this idea that those of us who have capacities, even our bodies have capacities to heal others. So where we end up sticking ourselves with some kind of ailment, some kind of injury, some kind of limitation in our body, along with taking on the responsibility of having to maybe try to change people or get them to think differently, that gets so intense for those of us who are healers naturally. And what it does, it not only doesn't help the other person, it actually limits us from being the contribution to other as well as to ourselves. So everywhere you've been that kind of universal surrogate for others of healing them at the expense of you, destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, not only is the topic of the week of joy an antidote to that space of dis-ease where we put ourselves in a limitation, and I'm going to go through a list of things that actually joy contributes to. We also, when we go into trying to change others, we end up limiting ourselves. And the truth is, we require being, like Gandhi said, being the change the world requires. But it's not what you think it is. It's actually just showing up and choosing to live a conscious life yourself. Choosing to be clear. Choosing to have ease. Choosing, choice, to live in the question, to be the question, to be the contribution. Less is more. Less doing, more being. So everywhere you thought and you were taught, the more you do, the greater you will be to others, when really it's the opposite. The less you do, the more you be, the greatest contribution you could be to the world and to others in it. Will you now destroy and create? Anything will allow that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. It really is the opposite of what we've been taught and what we know to be true for us. So you showing up, being the lightness, like this is what I'm being for you guys. I'm just showing up, I'm being me, the lightness of me, the space of joy in this case, because I'm in a state of joy right now. I'm a good example of choosing that. And you notice it includes everything. Consciousness can exist on all spectrums within a space of joy. You don't have to be miserable in order to have consciousness or to be the difference or to relate to people. You no longer have to relate. You can just be. So anything will allow you just to be you, be the joy that you truly be. Destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. So what are you noticing with this? What's this like for you? To acknowledge you. To acknowledge that you have capacities to be the joy, to be the change, to be that creation with less doing, more being. Again, anything that won't allow that. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, online shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, I want to share with you that list of things that joy actually contributes to. Like it's an antidote to dis-ease in so many ways. And I want to read a list to you that will actually, I sense, contribute to you. So that space of joy, when you're in a space of joy, that will help create, like we said, more ease, more lightness, more space of choice. It will also create more laughter, a space of humor, less dis-ease. In other words, when we actually take out the dis to ease, we can have ease, and it will actually allow our body not to be distressed. More abundance of everything, lightness, joy, money, anything we would like to create, less fatigue, and more energy. So, anywhere that you haven't allowed yourself to receive, be, know, and perceive joy as the antidote to all the things that are limiting you, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. The fascinating thing about joy as well, it blows me away. The more you're actually in a space of joy, the more joy you have, the more ease you have, the less the problems actually matter, not because you're ignoring them, they just lose their charge. Joy allows you to clear the charge of a lot of heavy thought, feelings, and emotions. And the key to it is not only clearing, like we're doing so that you can have more joy, it's to use joy as a tool. You know how I'm really big into lists, not lists like a to-do list. I've brought lists on here before for you guys. We've talked about the possibilities list. We've talked about the create list. Now, what would it be like joy, like not just a joy list, but really the joy of possibilities list? You could create a list that anything that brings you joy, you type it out, you write it down, and you can tune into that, access it when you're finding yourself being a little down or heavy. Go to that list and acknowledge something that brings you joy. And what would it be like to choose something from that list of joy? It's almost like a gratitude list, but it's a little different. It's a space, it's an energy. It's just, they all have a slightly different vibration to them. So you could choose something you're grateful for that would bring you joy. That totally goes together. And it could just be like, wow, what joy do I have in this moment I haven't acknowledged? And you could look on that list and be like, wow, that right there brings me joy. It could be something that is tangible. It could be a person. It could be something in the world that just lightens you up. So what would it take for you to just be in the question this week, this next week? We will be talking about a topic, another topic at the beginning of the week on Monday. And if you haven't got my newsletter, feel free to sign up for that. I can give you the link also in the comments so you can be on the up and up of what the topic is of the week ahead of time. And there's a cool gift in there that you'll get to receive each week. It's a wallpaper with a question on it, a picture basically, that you can put as a wallpaper on your phone a Dr. Sarah quote that you can tune in and resonate with the week based on the topic of the week. But I can't express to you guys enough my gratitude, my joy for you. Really, it's such a gift to be able to join you here. You're just such amazing beings. And I know I refer to you, the audience, as amazing beings because that is the truth. It really is. Each of you are, it's so amazing what you're being. And every comment, everything you write, and I see it, is such a contribution to me and to everyone coming across it. So please don't stop with that. This recording will be on IGTV. Check it out over there. Feel free to comment over there and contribute over there. I would love for you to be a part of it. I adore each and every one of you. And have an amazing week this week. And know, we do turn problems into possibilities. That is how we roll. That's what I'm all about, turning problems into possibilities, and we do that every week here, creating a space of that. And what would it take for you to have the joy that you be this week with total ease? Anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it all now. Right and wrong, good and bad, pun, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, amazing beings, go forth this week. You know I have your back. And create and be the difference you be in the world. It's such a gift. Okay, take care for now.